Hey everyone, my name's Elijah. I'm one of the co-owners here at Cut Above Construction and Design, and I just want to welcome you to our first ever video blog. With that said, our first subject for our blog is we're going to talk about the difference between an estimate and a quote. Sometimes these terms are used interchangeably in the construction industry, and I do want to clarify that they really are not the same. Many times it is heard that most construction companies will come out and provide a free estimate, which is completely true, and that's pretty normal. That said, I've also heard construction companies offering what they call free quotes. That's when I would say that there should be a flag raised, because there is a big difference between an estimate and a quote. And what I mean by that is basically an estimate is your ballpark figures. It's really just to find out, is this project a feasible project for you with the budget that you have and the budget that you want to stay in. It's just a very beginnings, there's no drawings, there might be some rough concepts, it's based off the ideas that you want. Typically things that we would go through during our consult here at Cut Above. But as far as a quote should be a locked in price. It should be the price that's on your contract that's not going to change. A quote goes into much more depth than an estimate. One of the biggest difference that you'll see between an estimate and a quote is typically an estimate's 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 pages at the most, where a quote typically ranges anywhere for a small project from 10 pages all the way up to some custom homes are taking up to 40 pages for a quote. And basically in a quote, it's going to outline all your specifications of what's included, what's not included, and it's going to provide you with a final contract price for what those items are. So that way your price is not going to change halfway through the project. So to have a quote like that, first of all, it can't just be based off of concepts or ideas that you've had in your head. It has to be based on final plans. It has to be based on final architectural plans, and it has to go through all of the engineering process if there is any engineering required for your project to be able to have everything included in that quote. So once again, that's the big red flags between a quote and an estimate. If you have someone coming to you and saying, hey, I'm going to give you a free quote, either one of two things. Either they don't know what a true quote is, or two, they don't plan on actually ever giving you a true quote and they're kind of going to wing it, which can put you in a really tight spot as a homeowner, because if a builder gets into a project and they've winged their quote, one of two things are going to happen is they're either going to realize that they messed up and they're going to try to eat it and honor that quote that they gave you, and doing so may or may not be able to eat that and may even go out of business during that time because they don't have the money to finish the project because they messed up on the quote. Or the second thing is they're going to realize that they messed up on the quote and they're going to come to you and ask for more money because there really wasn't due diligence on the initial quote. You end up, you're already halfway into this project. You're going to go ahead and give that extra money to get this project done. And really how it works too is, the bigger the project, the bigger the risk that you have, the larger the quote should be, the more detailed the quote should be, the more planned out this project should be. So, if you're doing a small project in your home, like say for example, you're painting one room, or you're getting a couple ceiling fans changed out, a really big quote is not necessary for something like that. But say all of a sudden you're getting into finishing your basement, or you're building a new home, or you're doing a major renovation, that's the time that you don't want to take the risk. You don't want to guess, I hope this builder put enough time into this quote to make sure that it's completely vetted and he has everything he needs in it and that he's going to honor this contract price. So with that said, that's our little bit of education that we could provide from being in the industry for over 15 years now. So with that said, if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call. You can request a call on our website or book a call with me. Actually, you can go to the booking book a call link, book a time that works well for you, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions that you have if you have projects coming up and you're in that research phase of just getting everything ready to go. So we look forward to talking to you, and we hope you tune in again.